Ben Carson believes that his Islamophobia isn't hateful. It's crazy, right? So generally speaking, condemning an entire group of people doesn't make much sense. That's a lesson currently being learned by neurosurgeon and Republican Party candidate for President Ben Carson, who set the internet alight on this past Sunday when he basically indicated that he would not support a Muslim candidate for presidency of the United States. He said the following: "I would not agree that we could put a Muslim in charge of this country. I absolutely would not agree with that." The statement triggered a heated response online among fellow presidential candidates like Ted Cruz, Bobby Jindal, Mike Huckabee, George Pataki, Lindsey Graham, and even libertarian Rand Paul, all 6 of whom rejected Carson's comments as inappropriate. This is partly because Carson's answers appeared to contradict Article 6, Paragraph 3 of the U.S. Constitution, which mandates that no religious test, not one religious test should be put in place to qualify somebody to run for any office or public trust under the U.S. Constitution. The remarks directly challenges Carson's own traditional inclusive stance on religious issues. So here's the thing. This is what he says in his book in 2012, America the Beautiful. He wrote, "As a Christian, I am not the least bit offended by the beliefs of Muslims, Hindus, Buddhists, Mormon, or so forth. In fact, I am delighted to know that they believe in something that is more likely to make them into a reasonable human being, and as long as they don't allow their religion to be distorted by those who seek power and wealth." Then he goes on to say he doesn't want a Muslim in office, which is a complete contradiction to his own book that he wrote. And it's a complete contradiction to just logic and common sense. We've said this before, I will say it again. Not all Muslims are terrorists. Just like I would say not all Christians are people who will blow up abortion clinics. Or just like I would say that, not all Hindus are people that chain themselves to a cross. I mean, I can go on and on. Or not all Mormons are in polygamous relationships. So it doesn't make any sense to me that one particular person, who is a pretty smart guy, right? Which is the part that when did it become okay to defy logic? Right? That to say it's like saying that all black, he wouldn't like if we went out and said, because I know I wouldn't like it, all black people are criminals. He would have a huge problem with that. So now how could he not have a problem with saying this argument that all Muslims are terrorists and they're going to, enforce Sharia law? It's crazy.